Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Labor Day to all of our dear friends who have been working very hard, contributing to this society. We are thankful and grateful to your time and effort, your talents and sacrifices for the development of our country and the harmony of families. This is the day to celebrate your contributions. This recent period of 3 weeks, I gathered that our respectful Mr. George, Brian, and many others, they have been traveling from north to south, sharing the meetings after meetings and visiting the old folks home, orphanages, doing water charity and donations, campaigning and bringing the awareness on the goodness of Terahertz water. Many have been blessed. The activities of Sukarita Foundation has even extended to Indonesia, not only on Terahertz water charity, but also on giving alms in food, groceries, etc. Many have been blessed. We are grateful and we salute. We have such a generosity and kindness from Mr. George and his team. So welcome to this evening health forum. After the rest of 2 weeks, as our Dr. Prabhu has also been away with his busy schedules, once again, he's back here with us. This evening, he's presenting a fantastic sharing on the title, The Importance of Protein. Yes, there are 7 main classes of essential nutrients needed by our human body. There are vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, fats, fiber, water, and proteins. And every one of them plays their important functions to keep us healthy and boost our immune system. In Doctor's previous episodes, he has brought out to our attentions again and again, water is probably the most important essential nutrients that a person needs. One can only survive a few days without consuming water. Even slight dehydration can cause headaches and impact physical and mental functioning. The human body is made up of mostly water, and every cell requires water to function. Thanks to Terahertz Company for bringing us the most advanced Terahertz water device. I believe to those who have been consuming Terahertz water would happily agree with me how it has brought changes and improved our health. Miracles after miracles, testimonies after testimonies. So many have testified how resonated water. This low viscosity and in lineage structured, anti-radiation, antibacterial, and antioxidant works marvelously. But remember, on one condition, make sure you consume enough water daily. The water that we consume, it plays in transporting the nutrients and also carrying essential nutrients to all our entire organs in our body. Dr. Prabhu has always reminded us about that. So without any further ado, let's invite Dr. Prabhu, Kumar Raju, an ENT specialist, human biowebs analyst, and epigenetic doctors and consultants this evening to this interesting topic, the importance of proteins. Welcome, Dr. Prabhu.
Very good evening.
Episode
Yes,
64.
Madam. Very, very good evening to every one of you
Good
gathered
evening.
here. I skipped one, one schedule in the last week. In fact, today, I think it's 2 weeks since I missed it. Anyway, today also I was supposed to cancel because I have from tomorrow until next 4-5 days, back-to-back busy schedules. But I thought I shouldn't miss too long, people will then forget. So I rather go with the flow. Anyway, coming back to the importance of protein. The subject wise, of course, everybody knows about protein, and a lot of people, yes, everybody wants to build up their muscle. This is what we are all looking at. Protein is basically a muscle builder. And especially if you go to gym, most of them would be recommending protein powders. And most of us would buy those proteins, but there are situations where things can go wrong, and then because of the wrong proteins being taken and consumed. So in that way, let's go into the details of what exactly is this protein all about. And then from there, you will understand exactly. Now, when you see, of course, our body is full of muscle tissue, bones are there, connective tissue is there, ligaments are there, tendons are there. So in that way, if you take the muscle, basically, we have more than 600 muscle in our body, which has various function. Now, just a muscle by itself, if you see, it looks so big, right? But if you go inside and see at the cellular level, muscle proteins are very, very important. Now, these are all the building blocks for our whole system as a human being. Now, if you look at as a building block, when you look at the protein, basically, proteose, the exact Greek meaning of proteose means it's the primary. That means at the first place, or it is a basic necessity for a human living body. It is a necessity. That means it's the first one, right? Now, when you look at on the left side, we do see the primary structure. That means if you look at the protein, basically inside the protein, you will see the amino acids. Now, when you see the secondary structure, it's a little ribbon-like thing. It's a helical form. From there, when you go a little more deeper inside, you can see the polypeptide. Poly is many actually. And finally, they all aggregate into polypeptides. And then, of course, the muscle tissue is formed. So we all need to understand that in our body, there are things which needs to be handled at the right way in terms of our dietary protein. And these in turn will be the building blocks for our healthy lifestyle or a healthy body. So to understand in a much more easier way, if you go deeper into a protein molecule, it is nothing but amino acids. Now, when you look at the amino acid, of course, there are 21 amino acids, out of which 9 are essential. On the right side, what you see here on the board is here, which is essential. That means it is definitely needed for you in your body for metabolism. If you look at the thing there, there is something called histidine. I don't want to go into the details, but I'll just give you some little information about this. This particular first amino acid, histidine, if you look at, if there is a deficiency of this histidine, you will have a lot of allergy issues in your body, like skin allergies, if histidine is a deficiency. Like that, if you have methionine, the third one, if you have a methionine deficiency, you will have a lot of inflammatory situation in your body, where your body will be having a lot of problems, like especially in diabetes. Now, in a diabetic, if this particular person has a deficiency of methionine, That means he will have a lot of inflammation happening inside his body. Now, just by supplementing your body with this methionine, which is mostly available in the natural means, you will be able to prevent the inflammation happening into your body. Now, other than that, if you look at the tryptophan, which is also another very, very important amino acid, if it is a deficient in your body, you may have a little bit of irritable like situation. You may not be very happy. Now, why? Because tryptophan gets converted into serotonin, and that in turn is a happy hormone. Now, from serotonin, there is another hormone called melatonin. Now, if melatonin is not there, you will not be able to sleep. Now, many people, I think, in the clinic will go and say, the doctor, I cannot sleep. I have a lot of. The only question they will ask you is, do you have stress? And then finally, they'll give you some tablets which will put you to sleep, like diazepam or sleeping medications. But in fact, if this particular person has got a tryptophan deficiency, what will happen is automatically he will not sleep. It's a very simple problem. But the moment he gets tryptophan, automatically he will be able to sleep well. But what happens is most of the time, nobody will come and tell you what exactly is your deficiency. Now, this is where in epigenetic, what we do is when we do a hair analysis, we can go deeper inside and then pick out exactly which particular amino acid is a deficiency, which vitamin is a deficiency. And when you just give to your body what it needs, like I saw Madam Lee, she was telling that, there are a lot of miracles we are getting after people are drinking our water. Yes, it is a miracle. But let me tell you one thing. Your body is so miraculous creation that it can do a lot of miracles provided you give what it needs. Now, just by giving water, if your body can do so much of miracles for you, just imagine if you can give the right nutrients, maybe the right protein, maybe the right carbohydrates. So when you start giving the body the required nutrition, your body will do everything what you want. It can handle itself. It knows what to do. You don't need to even instruct your body what it needs to do. So in that way, when you look at the amino acid picture, these are the essential amino, whereas a non-essential, you look at on the other side in the middle, which is conditionally essential, that means they are required for specific functions of your body. Now, out there in the market, you would see a lot of people promoting arginine. Why arginine is? Because of course it will produce nitric oxide and then it will open up your vessels, and then there's a lot of blood flow to the particular organ or a particular tissue. Now, just by taking arginine, are you doing a big favor for your body? I would say no. There are a lot of other things. Just for example, if you're looking at the vessel wall, the vessel wall needs probably your collagen. It needs vitamin C. It needs tryptophan for the stability and the integrity of the vessel wall. Now, if you're just going to continue taking arginine, what is the benefit you're going to get just by producing nitric oxide? It's nothing much you're going to do. So, in reality, what I would request to share here is it's a collective nutritional support you need to understand to give to your body. It definitely, when you look at your age wise, when you're 50 plus and all, arginine will be definitely less. But that doesn't mean that you just because you're going to consume arginine, you will become healthier, or you won't have any heart attack issues, or you won't have any vascular issues. That is not the rule where when you're consuming arginine. So overall, what you need to understand is you just have a very, very balanced diet, which is what is important for your body. So today's topic being a protein, I would rather go into a little more deeper. Now, why do you need, what are the functions of basically a protein is, can you see there are 9 different functions a protein can do for your body. It's not just building up your muscle alone. So it's beyond that. Now, when you look at the growth and maintenance of your cell, now imagine you as a baby. Of course, as a baby also you had cells down there, right? But today when you're a 50-year-old person, you have grown so much, your face has changed, your body structure has changed, your cell has changed, your liver has changed, become bigger. Like that, how it has happened is it's all because of the protein which helps you to grow as well as to maintain that particular level of tissue growth. But at the same time, they do have limitation. You just imagine that you're going to grow exponentially, just going on growing means what will happen? We all won't have any limited growth in our body. We all will be huge beings here. But Our body knows when to stop growing and when to maintain that. Now, when it stops growing, you need to give the right nutrition for your body to maintain it. That is also another very challenge for you and me. Now, it does the second important function, if you look at is, of course, protein is involved in every biochemical reaction. That means, just imagine you're eating a food, it goes inside. Now, from the digestion, after that, it becomes a smaller molecule. From there, what happens? It is picked up in a smaller molecule, and from there, it goes inside your cell level, and then whatever function it has to do, the body is doing it. So, in that way, if you look at protein involved in biochemical reaction, just for example, digestion, it is definitely needed is a protein. Then for your digestion, if your intestine need to function, it needs energy. So for energy production also you need protein. Now in clotting mechanism, that is when there is a small bleeding from a finger cut, definitely it needs to stop, right? So if needs to stop, it needs a protein. So there also protein comes into our existence. Now the other than that, you're looking at, you're lifting a weight and folding your hands up and down. What happens? There is a muscle contraction happening. Even there, a protein is needed. Now other than that, just look at the third one. It acts like a messenger, you look at the hormone. Now, when you look at the hormones, the protein and the polypeptides make most of your body hormones. Now, one of the simplest hormone, like I can share with you, is your insulin. Insulin is another hormone wherein it is protein is definitely, it is a form of protein which is necessary for your insulin production, where for the glucose metabolism, insulin is necessary. Like that, you have the thyroid hormone, you have the growth hormone, you have stress hormone as well. So all these are in the form of proteins. Now, other than that, you look at the fourth structure here, it provides the structure. That means, for example, if your fingers, for example, this particular finger, it needs to flex and stay like this stronger, you need collagen. Now in the market, you will see a lot of people selling collagen for you in the form of bottle or in the form of sachets. Now, what are they trying to tell you is, it is not that previously that we didn't know, we all knew, but our new food was so beautifully balanced by our ancestors that we didn't need to take all these supportive supplements in the form of whatever they are selling in the market today. But today, definitely you and I may need a little support of all these collagen from the external source. For the reason is, as we are growing older, definitely our collagen production by our own body is slightly on the lower side. So you need collagen as well. Now, when you look at the smaller structure of the collagen, definitely it contains a protein. Other than that, your body is maintaining pH. Now, if your pH, for example, your pH in your gastric is almost 2, very, very acidic. Now, in this acidic environment, your bacteria will not be able to sustain with the 2. But just imagine your gastric, that is your stomach, is producing an acid of 2 pH. But when you put your finger on that particular, this one, your fingers won't burn. It is acidic, but it won't burn. But the same, if you're talking about sulfuric acid, or if you're talking about phosphoric acid, or any acid in the form of a chemical, you just put your finger, it will burn it up. Whereas our own body is so beautiful that it doesn't burn ourselves. Now, here is a challenge. In your body, when your acid becomes more than required for your body, definitely it starts eating up the first layer of your gastric mucosa. That means the first layer of your stomach. And then you feel a little bit of burning sensation. Now, when you feel a burning sensation and you go to a doctor will tell you, yeah, you have a gastritis, and then they will give you probably a Gelusil or something to cool your stomach, and which will probably heal your stomach in the initial stages. If it is in the beginning stage, it will be healed. Now, for your gastric pH to be maintained at 2, you need a protein. In the same way, you go down a little bit, there is more of alkalinity. So in that way, also you need a protein for you to maintain that pH. So ultimately, for your acid-base balance, wherever acidity needs to be there, acid has to be produced. Wherever alkalinity has to be there, it should be alkaline. But all are through protein only, we will be able to maintain that. Then comes your maintaining of fluid balance in your Fluid balance is basically when you're looking at the cell functioning, when there is a protein molecule, when it goes inside and comes outside, there is a proper balancing. Your sodium goes inside and your potassium comes. All this maintenance of this particular fluid balance is also done through this protein mechanism. Now, very important for you and me with the COVID all around the area, and of course, from today onwards, I think there's a lot of relaxation happening. It's good sign, but definitely what is very important is every one of us, we should maintain a proper immune system. That means our own body mechanism of protecting us must be good, for which you need to consume ideal amount of protein day to day, so that your immune system also is maintained properly. Now, just because you're eating protein, for example, does it mean that you will be able to maintain a very good immune system? No. What will happen is, this is only a part of it. For your immune system to be maintained, you need to have good fiber diet also for your intestines, because a good fiber will have a good bowel movements. Then you need vitamins. For a protein to be functioning at the right level in your immune system and in your liver, you need lot of B complex. So when you need a lot of B complex, it is there in definitely non-vegetarian, but still when you're looking at vegetables, in green leafy vegetable, you will have a lot of B complexes, which is also a very, very important tool in your immune modulation. Now, we all know that you have something called hemoglobin, HB, we call it as HB, hemoglobin. And for us, mostly it should be between 130 to 150 is good enough. But some people will have a lower hemoglobin. Now, it is also something called transport protein. It is called a transport protein because hemoglobin carries your oxygen. Very important, isn't it? From one place to another place, it carries oxygen and gives oxygen to your cells as well. So this particular protein is called transport protein, which is in your hemoglobin. Now, other than that, for example, you need to walk around 10 kilometers. You need energy, isn't it? Your energy has to be produced at the cell level through proteins. So whatever you eat ultimately has to be converted into energy, because ultimately energy has to be utilized in the form of whatever work you are doing. If you are, for example, as of today, most of us are into the home working atmosphere where we are having a computer and then we do everything in the computer. So what's happening? We are becoming more lazier, our back is under high stress, and there is not much of muscle movement. So what's happening is, your energy, whatever is produced, whatever food you eat, and the energy produced by your body is not being utilized. So if your body doesn't utilize the energy, so what will happen? Automatically body will think, okay, this person is not utilizing the energy, so it will convert the whatever molecule into a fat molecule. So it will be stored in the form of fat. Now, how long a body also can be going on changing the energy into a fat molecule and distributing it to a certain level, of course. But after that, your body starts deteriorating, because more of fat is also not good for you, because fat by itself is necessary, but at the same time, if you have too much of fat in your body also, it is not going to play a good role. Now, there is one secret most of us don't realize is, as we are aging, uh, let me go to the next thing. I will show you something here. Let me. Okay, now before I give you the exact this one, let me talk something about peptide. Peptide are nothing but a smaller molecules of protein. Now, what is a peptide is? Peptides are short strings of amino acids, typically comprising between 2 to 50 different amino acids. I was telling you we have 9 amino acids, which is very important, and non-essential is another 12. Now, altogether, we need these amino acids whenever necessary. Our body knows what to use it. Now, once again, if you see in the market, there is a lot of products available right now in the market in the name of oligopeptides. Now, oligopeptides, if you look at, see the number of amino acids, is only between 2 to 20, whereas polypeptide is between more than 50. Poly is many, so more. Now, when you look at the oligopeptides, it contains a small molecule. So what happens is, When you consume this particular whatever protein, if you are consuming this, your body absorption is much faster and much easier. That's why when you see the demo of these oligopeptides in the market, they will just put one scoop into the water. Within seconds, the amino acid or the powder, whatever goes inside your inside the water, disappears, and it gets mixed in the water very fast. The reason is these are all small molecules. So whenever you're giving a small molecule to your body, the body picks it up. Whereas when you're going to give, for example, you're going to eat one big chunk of one piece of chicken or a mutton, one big piece, as it goes inside your stomach needs to digest it, make it into a smaller, then from there it has to break down the protein bigger molecule into peptides and then into smaller molecules. It has to do that into a smaller peptide molecules like an oligo or a polypeptide. Your body does that. Now just imagine you're going to give the body a little more easier function of oligopeptides. I think in the future, most of the products will come out as in the form of peptides because it's more easier for your body to absorb. Now, in terms of medical practices, like for example, for a diabetic medicine, definitely in the future, they will come out in the form of a peptide because the absorption of those drugs will be much faster, and the efficacy of this particular drugs will be 10 times, 20 times better. So that means if, for example, you're going to take 20 milligrams of probably a particular tablet, you just need 2 milligrams of that because you're giving a smaller molecule and the peptide gets absorbed much faster. So this is going to be the future. Now, in that way, if you look at how much do you want to consume? So on average, if you look at, this is how you calculate the protein, what you take per gram, per kg, per day will be for men will be, even if you're going to take 1 gram, probably for a 70 kg, you need to take around 70 to 80 grams of protein every day you need to take. In terms of you're an athlete or you're doing a little hard work, maybe you can increase it to 1 to 1.6. But if you're looking at the protein, if it is low also, if you're consuming less protein also will be a problem because protein, as I told you, the 9 different functions, what you saw, will not be able to perform because you are consuming less protein. Now, when you're looking at our diet, how many of you know that most of the diet, whatever you're eating, is more of fat and carbohydrates, which actually is more of sugar. The more the sugar, the more problem for you. The more problem for you is how? Because most of the diseases today are because of the high sugar in the food. Now, if you look at the sugar, it is something very nice. Of course, we all love to take sugar, right? Now, the best part of in this world, how much is per kg sugar? You're only paying around, I think it's around 2 ringgits or 250 per kg now. I think for Raya and all, they are giving it much cheaper. The white sugar, what we are talking. Now it is cheaper. So what happens? You and I, most of us, you go to any restaurant, they will put the white sugar only. But the white sugar is such a destructive. Can you see there? It is more addictive and more destructive. Now, this is where what will happen is you just go and have a tetare in one particular restaurant for probably 5 to 7 days. After that, you will automatically be attracted to the same stall. You will go and drink the same tetare and you will become addictive there. But after you become addictive, what will happen? It will start destructive mechanism inside. Now, additionally, along with that, if you are going to have a disease called diabetes, what will happen? Automatically, you have more complications. Even though you will say, doctor, I'm not at all taking sugar, I'm taking brown sugar, or maybe I'm not at all taking sugar. But still, what will happen is whatever food you're taking, also, especially tinned food and then packed food and then food from any restaurants, it will definitely have an added sugar in one form or the other form. So what will happen? Whenever you are consuming sugar, it promotes overgrowth of what? Destructive bacteria. Now, destructive bacteria means what? All your enemies inside your own body self will be enjoying. That means, let's assume that in your gut, you need to have good bacteria, isn't it? Now, imagine if the bad bacteria, they love the sugar. They will eat the sugar and start multiplying, and they will be bombarding every normal cell it comes. It will just kick them out and kill them, and then it will start moving. So when your bad bacteria is on the higher count, what will happen? Your immune system also, to an extent, of course, it can fight, but after some time it will say, this fellow is not taking care of me, so the immune system goes down. The moment your immune system goes down, what will happen? Even a small, you go to one small gathering and come back, you will get a flu, you will get sore throat, you will get fever, and you will get all the symptoms of any diseases. Now, why is this happening? It's, of course, your body sugars has been quite high, which you have been consuming for a long period. So this is where, as parents, we all need to be very careful, and especially with our children, we need to guide them and tell them, stop eating the outside food, especially packed food, especially if you're talking about in the restaurants and going and drinking tetare, or because you just imagine in a tetare, they are definitely using a condensed sweetened milk, right? You know how much of sugar it has. Of course, it is tasting good and you are, of course, loving it to drink. But in a long run, definitely, you see today's children, most of them will look very chubby and plumpy. Now, not only obesity is a problem today, but there are a lot of other issues like 20-year-old getting a heart attack. So 30-year-old getting diabetes, 30-year-old getting blood pressure. Now, why are these 40-year-old already cancer coming in and they are dying? And one of the best organism which loves sugar is your cancer cells. Now, if you're going to feed your cancer cells with sugar, what will happen? It's an automatic mechanism where the cancer cells will grow. And finally, don't ask, hey, doc, why did I get cancer? My father didn't have a cancer. My mother didn't have, I got cancer. Now, when you look at your food, definitely that is one of the trigger factors for activating your cancer cells. So if by chance your parents are cancer patients, don't worry, don't trigger the cancer cells in your body. So that means you need to be much more cautious in handling your food. You need to be very choosy in what you're eating. It's not that just because they had cancer, you're going to get cancer. No. But there is another very important factor which most of us are facing is in the mind subconsciously, you also have the fear that, hey, my dad had a cancer or a mom had a cancer. Will I get cancer? Will I get cancer? Will I get cancer? So the more you go on questioning yourself that will I get cancer? Will I get cancer? Automatically what happens? You are attracting that kind of vibration for your own self. So even by chance, if you're having whatever diseases or cancer, do not go on promoting the disease by going on telling people that I have diabetes, I have blood pressure, I have cancer. Stop telling that, because it's a vibration you create through your words. Sound is a very important modality of creation of energy. So you have to be careful what you're speaking. So do not proudly go on telling everybody you have diabetes or you have a blood pressure or you have cancer or any diseases. Do not. It is there. It's still okay. No problem. What you need to do is start working on that area where your disease should start controlling. So for controlling of a disease, do you think your doctors are going to help you to totally control your disease? Yes, they are, because I am also a doctor. Definitely we are helping you. But more than that, we can only help you to a limited extent. But if you can know what your body needs in terms of food, automatically your body will understand what you're eating, and it will start accommodating and start healing. You need to understand that if a disease starts up, you need to reverse the disease by what happened. It's just a simple example is you have a car, okay? Now you just drive with the gear 4 and then you go front, right? You go to the dead end of a road. Now there you cannot go further. What you will do? You need to put a reverse gear, right? Now you need to do in the same way. If you have a disease, you need to reverse the disease in the same process as it got formed. So you need to start changing your lifestyle. So lifestyle changing is another very important aspect of your journey, wherein most of us do not want a change. Just for example, I'll give you, if I'm going to tell one particular person, hey, are you eating non-vegetarian? Can you just be a vegetarian for probably 3 weeks? They'll say, no, no, doctor, I cannot be, because they have been so used to it. Now, do you think that they are addicted to the food, whatever they are eating? I would say, yes, it's an addiction, nothing else. Like you should be in a position where what your body needs, you should be able to eat. If you're eating non-vegetarian, it's okay, no problem. But you should know when you can stop it and when you can change it. So you need to change when necessary. If your body is telling you not to eat, definitely you need to stop eating it. So the more you go on eating processed food, the more you go on pressurizing your body by eating food which you are not supposed to, and especially with the ready-made food. And today, can you believe during the COVID, the Food Panda, the Grab, can you believe even what is this? Shopee, Lazada, these guys also have started food deliveries. Now, why is that? Initially, we just saw Food Panda was going on good, then Grab came in. Slowly, what happened? People saw, hey, these human beings are very, very beautiful. Why? Because they want to sit at home, one phone call, you will get the food to your place, wherever. But have you ever thought of it? You're going to order one nasi lama or nasi kuring or whatever you want to order. Now, have you ever imagined what kind of vessels do they use for your cooking? What kind of oil do they use? What kind of whatever noodles you are using, whatever rice they're, how clean are they? You don't even look into it. Your phone, very happily you have app for it. You just go order it, and you're paying, you know how much? You're paying 3 times the food what you can cook at home. It will be much cheaper for you, but you're paying 3 times more just because you're earning a good salary. What happens? We just feel it's okay for us to buy food outside and eat. I have no problem in that. But my humble request is, if possible, do prepare at home, and you have to balance your lifestyle. In 24 hours time, when you can work for a company for 8 hours just because you are getting a good salary there, your body is also working for you. Why can't you give a good salary for your own body in terms of eating the right food, eating the proper food, eating the right nutritious food? Why can't you do that? You don't even bother about your own body, but you're so bothered about you're working for your company wherein just they pay you. But one thing you should understand, that tomorrow you die, your company is not bothered. The company will just okay, fine, they will give you one farewell for you that you dead, and one condolence message they will send, maybe one flower bouquet they'll send for your funeral. After that, what? They will appoint another person for you in the company instead of you, and the company is going to run. The company will not close down. This is the truth of life. Now, when that is the truth of life, why are you hampering your body, screwing up your body by doing things that you are not supposed to? And especially the youngsters, only when you put a proper foundation for your food, what you eat, the proper mental attitude, the regular exercises, the regular way, lifestyle, what you do, if you do not practice the right method, please do not expect your body at 50 years to function the way you want. Because at 50 years, the cells also will be saying, I'm old enough, come on, don't pressurize me to do anything. And of course, you also cannot bend and get up because you have a big pot belly, and definitely things are not that easy for you. So please start doing proper exercise. Proper nutrition plays a very, very important role for you. So do look into it. Now, what is the best protein? I would leave it to you. I'm not here to promote whether you need to eat non-vegetarian or a vegetarian. Whatever you want to eat, the best option is you choose it. Of course, when you look at, you have a lot of varieties of plant-based food which has got very good protein, which is sufficient enough. In fact, if you see, there is something called ragi, R-A-G-I. It's actually called a poor man's meat. It's very much available in Malaysia, but in India, it's called a poor man's meat because all the villagers and people who used to work in the farmers, they will only eat this particular ragi related food, and they will go to the field for working, and the energy will be so high, and then the protein is there for you. And the best part of the good news for plant-based protein is your digestion is much easier. The fiber is there. Can you see the advantages of when you are taking a plant-based protein? The fiber is there. There are phytonutrients available. There are vitamins and minerals available, and it is with low fatty profile, and it is very healthy. And of course, there is no cholesterol. If you're going to eat a carrot, there is no cholesterol at all. But when you're taking an animal protein, of course, it's a bigger molecule. When you consume it, of course, the digestion part of it, your intestines find it very difficult. Your stomach also to churn the protein, it is taking a long time. Do you know that for you to digest a non-vegetarian, if you're eating a chicken or a mutton, it varies from 6 to 8 hours. Your system goes on working and working and working for it to digest. Whereas when you're taking a vegetable or a vegetarian food, it just takes maximum is 2 hours. Maximum is 2 hours. Your digestion is done. Fantastic. But if you're used to eating non-vegetarian, is good. But still, please do consume more of, I would say, add on a little extra vegetables and fruits into your diet so that you have a balanced diet. You do can take non-vegetarian, you do can consume it, no issues, but know what protein are you taking in, even in the animal one, see which protein are you taking, and then what time are you taking. In this, I would definitely recommend most of you that if at all you want to eat a non-vegetarian, please have it in the afternoon, because you are awake, and then the digestive process also is available for your proteins to be digested in 8 hours time. So for example, if you are eating at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, by 8 o'clock your protein, whatever non-veg you're eating, is digested. Now the same thing you're eating at night, 8 o'clock dinner time, what happens? Of course there is digestion will take place. See, your body is not going to complain to you saying, hey, why did you eat non-vegetarian at 8 o'clock? I say I'm not doing anything. No, it will do its job. But what you need to understand is, just close your eyes and see, and even at 12 o'clock it is still trying to digest the protein, and slowly it is utilizing energy to do the digestion. It's just like, for example, if you're going to use a mixie, you're going to use a current. If you're going to blend vegetables, it will hardly within 30 seconds you on it, it will digest it. But the same thing you put a non-vegetarian and see, it's going to take a lot of time to churn the non-vegetarian. The same thing goes with your system inside also. It is going to take a little longer time, and you are pressurizing your body. But what you need to do is have a very balance. So better is you have it in the afternoon, but you should know what is your limitation, how much of non-veg can you have. It all depends on your digestive system. If your digestive system is very good and you're going for regular exercise, maybe lifting weights, it's still okay. You consume, you'll burn out. So ultimately, the balancing is, whatever you eat, you can eat anything you want, but you need to balance it by burning it out. So this is also very important for you to balance your body. What you intake and what is the output is very important. Now, at the end of the day, today is we are talking on a platform where we are talking about water, terahertz water, the miracles are happening, right? Now, if you look at the what is water by itself is, water is an ideal beverage where there are no calories in it, no sugar in it, and it is pure to taste, and it is an optimal source of hydration. You can drink anything under the sun, but your hydration only takes place when you drink water. Now, isn't that a good news for all of us? Because we are talking about terahertz resonated water. Yes, it's a good news. Now, if at all, this is a tip I want to give you is, if at all you want to try it out, do try it out. Especially try drinking water as a pre-beverage drink. A full glass of water before having a drink of beer or a cocktail. Try drinking a glass of water and see. Of course, there is a lot of beautiful things can happen inside your system, even though you're consuming this alcohol. It's still okay. Your body knows what to do. Just try to drink a glass of water before each meal. Definitely, it reduces the calorie intake. That means the amount of food what you take also will be less. And a glass of water before bedtime. But there is one complaint most of the people will give, especially when they are above 50, is, doctor, if I'm going to drink water, I need to go to the loo washroom 2-3 times at night time. Yes, definitely that is not a good thing for you. So what you need to do is, please do stop drinking water after 7 or 8 o'clock, because definitely you will be woken up, because your body will not think, hey, this man is sleeping, I will only switch on the urinary bladder system tomorrow morning. It will not do. The moment it is full, the bladder is full, your system will switch on and tell you, please get up, go and clear the urine and come back. It's an automatic mechanism. So you should know how much water, when to drink, how to drink, where to drink. All these you need to go according to your body requirement. Now, something very beautiful is, there are two obvious sources of good health is a protein, a source of protein, and a water, definitely it improves your life and it will be optimized. So that means you should know what kind of protein are you taking. So in that way, if you're talking about protein, today definitely a lot of people are talking about oligopeptides, the smaller molecule, the polypeptides. Now these are all peptides are something which is smaller, more easier. I think the future will be most of us will be start consuming especially the oligopeptides. Now, a secret I would like to share here is such of those who all want to do fasting. What you can do is try this oligopeptide powder. It's a soya based. Now, what you can do is if you can just one scoop of it and put it in water, and then when you drink, maybe twice daily, and then other than that you want to just drink terahertz water is good enough. Try this for 3 to 5 days and see automatically your fat will be thrown out and you will become very thin. And then but the energy part, because this is all a smaller protein, these oligopeptides give you good amount of energy. But there is something which I think people would be looking forward to ask me is people with kidney issues. Now, definitely people with kidney issues and even liver issues, the metabolism of protein is a little problem down there. So what I would request you is definitely if you are looking at kidney diseases, the doctor will definitely tell you do not take the bigger molecule protein. You should not take, because definitely it puts a lot of pressure on your kidneys, and then of course your kidney health will be some more hampered. Now the second point of problem we all will face is with kidney issues is your water intake also is reduced. Doctor will say only half a liter of water you need to drink, more than that cannot. So now what happens? You cannot take protein, you cannot take water. Now when you stop taking these two together, slowly your body will start deteriorating 100%. It will start deteriorating and you will start having more problems. And finally, what death is something certain which nobody can prevent it. But here is what you need to understand is from younger age, you need to start planning what exactly is the good food for you. Now in this, I need to share something wherein they did a clinical study abroad, wherein they did try to check people with plant protein and animal protein. They did check these two together and find out which has got more effect on the kidneys. And they found that people who are all on plant-based protein had lesser problems related with the kidney issues. That means they had lesser chances of going in for kidney failures. But animal protein was a little on the higher side. Now, this is only a tip of the iceberg, what I'm sharing with you. There are a lot of other reasons for your kidneys to fail. It's not just your protein or your water, or there are a lot of other factors. It can be genetic factor. It can be due to diseases. It can be due to heavy metals. Now, just imagine most of us, we don't even realize that we all have heavy metal poisoning, which is inside our body. Now, this in turn will affect your hormone metabolism. It will affect your sleep. It will affect your thyroid metabolism. It will affect your diabetes. Now, all these are all happening because of the heavy metal poisoning. So in that way, we as human beings born on this, in this century, 21st century, what's happening is we have to face all this problem, but our body is so beautiful, it can heal itself. The only requirement is you need to understand what your body is talking to you, and you need to take definitive measures for you to change. If necessary, please change as early as possible. Now you go on doing all the wrong things until the age of 50 years, and suddenly at the age of 50 years, you want to change and you want to become like a saint and then say, okay, fine, I'm going to stop all this, stop all this. Definitely it is not going to help you. If you have been smoking for a very long time, you just imagine you are actually punishing yourself. And at the end of the day, when there are problems you're facing at 50 years, what a doctor can do or what anybody can do in terms of even giving you wellness, nobody can give you anything because they can only support you. But at the end of the day, you will face the situation of the disease and your body starts deteriorating. It will definitely deteriorate. Now, there are chances, maybe you're taking care of your body so very well that, but finally, when you're 56 years, you do come across a disease. What can you do? Nobody can do anything because that is probably, it is there in your genetics, or it is something which has been inside your body and then it is manifesting. In a common man's terminology, it can be told probably it is your karma that you got that disease. But let me tell you, you should take care of your health to the best of your abilities. Do your best and leave the rest to the body to handle it. If by chance the body cannot and then there is a disease coming in, you still can handle it because it will be in the early stages and it will be easy for you to handle because you're already disciplined person in terms of having your food, right? So automatically you will be able to even control the disease in a much more easier manner. All right. So once again, coming back to the terahertz water, the advantage here is because of the molecular structure. It's a smaller molecule, same like what I was talking to you about peptides, which is a smaller molecule of protein. Of course, if you're talking about peptides 10 years ago, nobody was talking about it. Everybody were used to give you some big molecular protein and then we all used to eat. But today what has happened, the technology has gone so forward that they are breaking down the molecules into a much more smaller molecule. And then when you consume that, it is going to be an easy. So what the terahertz company also has done, they just bought a resonator, which is much more easier for you to use. And it is able to break down the molecule, water molecule into a smaller molecule. Simple, smaller, easier to absorb. That's why when you're talking about hydration, it's much easier for your body to get hydrated when you're drinking the water, especially terahertz resonator. Now, what favor are you doing to your body? You're only drinking water, isn't it? Did you go and tell your body that, hey, come on, you bring down the sugar level, you bring down the allergic manifestation like the skin diseases, your headaches are gone, the migraine is gone, hair fall has come down, all this. Did you go and instruct your body to say that, please do, I'm going to drink terahertz water, please do this? No, isn't it? Your body is so beautiful. The body knows, yes, this guy is giving me the right molecular structure, molecular size of water. So let me go and do the right job for it. It's like, you strike the hammer at the right time. You can change the structure of whatever you are planning to mold. So you need to hit it hard, right? In the same way, when the water molecule goes inside, your body knows what exactly to do with that. So now, who is intelligent? Is it the terahertz water which is intelligent, or your body is intelligent? I would say your body is intelligent. Your cells are intelligent, and you are intelligent by creation. So when you have such a beautiful thing for your own self, your intelligence, nobody can compare. Compared to any other animal, you are the most intelligent. So beautiful, isn't it? Now, when everything is so beautiful, what is your problem in handling your life, your day-to-day life, in such a manner that give the right food for your body, give the right mind thought patterns to your journey of life, and make your life more easy, isn't it? Is that so difficult for you? You should be able to do that because I believe that you are the best. So start looking into it. So when you have this terahertz water, now as Madam Lee was telling us, George has been doing a lot of charity work. Yes, we all can do a lot of charity in whatever little ways we can. Please go and do it. Continue the good work, and then let's all join hands and then help ourselves first. The first thing is help yourself. How are you going to help? Of course, by drinking the terahertz resonated water. Definitely, there are a lot of good things. The molecular structure is around 7.6. It's a 2 nanometer, very small molecule. It can go inside and it has all the function. I think most of you who are all in this platform will know that it is an antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, anti-aging, anti-radiation. Everything is there, right? The water has got all the qualities. Now, you should ask one question to yourself. Do you have all the qualities in the mind and your day-to-day disciplining of your life to heal yourself? You should look into it, because for the body to heal, you need to have the right thought patterns. You need to have the right mindset. You need to have the right way of walking your life, with the right time of eating your food, the right time of doing your exercise, the right time of sleeping, the right time of using your gadget, especially your mobile phones. Now, everything depends on you, isn't it? Even if I'm going to give the best of everything in this universe, you're not going to use it, because it is ultimately your whatever you have built up all these years is what you are. So please, when you're looking at your body to heal, please give some time, number one. Number two, look at holistically how you can heal your body. You need to look at holistically. And this water is only a tool for you to hydrate your body. But by doing the hydration, all the other things will automatically start happening because your body is intelligent by itself. You are an intelligent being, but inside you, there is another big intelligent being, which is your cells. They are so intelligent. Your organs are so intelligent. So we are such a beautiful, intelligent being. Let's drink this water and make our body to do the best in its own way. We will give an opportunity. So when you're looking at disease, what do you need to do? Drink water to be healthy. Now, of course, what kind of protein you're going to use? The future, as I told you, will be in the peptide form or oligopeptide or a polypeptide, because it's a smaller molecule. It will be there already in the market. Oligopeptides are there. Soya protein, it is already available, and people are selling it like no man's business. And a lot of benefits are there available for after you consume that. But what I would request you is plan everything properly and have a proper lifestyle. What time you get up in the morning, very important. Please wake up in the morning. Very, very important. Number one, do your breathing exercise. Go for regular walking. Go for regular little bit of weights, especially 50 plus people. Do some muscle exercise by lifting a weight of around 2 to 3 kgs or 5 kgs. Do not become a he-man by lifting 10 kgs, 20 kgs. We are not here to go and compete in any world. So in that way, you need to just lift weights only for your muscle to function. Reduce the amount of eating food outside. Prepare your own food, even if it is going to take a little time, please, because your body is so beautiful and precious that nobody can replace your body with another body. Nobody can give you a kidneys. Nobody can give you a heart. Everything is in you, which you need to take care. So please look into it and give the respective value for each organ into yourself and take care of it in every aspect. And you should do it every day. Every day you should take care of yourself in the way thanking them. You should love all your organs. They are doing a wonderful job, right? At least before going to bed, say thanks to your kidneys, thanks to your lungs, thanks to your heart, thanks to your, just by thanking your own body itself, a lot of healing can happen. Your body knows what to do. So just thank it. Start loving your body. Start loving yourself. Start loving your organs. Now what will happen? Your body also will reply, they will think, hey, this guy is loving me so much. He's sending me that love vibration. Now, when you say, I love myself, one of the simplest way, when you say, I love myself, what does it mean? You're creating a vibration, isn't it? I love myself. There's a vibration. The moment that vibration is created, of course, that is automatically opened up in your auric fields. Then automatically it starts getting inside your cells, and then your cells also receive the vibration of that love. The word LOVE has something so powerful that it starts healing itself. So in that way, what kind of words are you going to use? You need to use all the positive words. If you go on telling, I hate this doing, I hate doing that, I hate you are coming late, I hate you are driving like this, I hate these people are driving so rashly, you cannot use the word hate. Of course, you can express yourself that you're not happy. That is a different ball game. But what are you doing? You're sending that hate vibration, and once again, it comes back into your own cells. Your cells will be thinking, okay, this man wants the hate vibration. So automatically you will be irritable all the time. So please send a lot of vibration. Maybe, of course, when you see a road bullying happening, you cannot change them, you cannot help them, but you can bless them, right? You can call the divine and say, oh divine, please help this particular person to be more sensible and send him safe to his house. That's it. Send him safe to his home. Let him drive safely. That's it. Good enough, isn't it? But if you go on complaining that these fellows are always like this, they are all rash drivers, you're giving a negative vibration. But the vibration going to that person, we don't know how far it can go fast. But to your own self, you are actually digging your own grave by talking all the unfavorable words, unfavorable sentences every day. And ultimately, you will only face the wrath of this particular negative talks. So be very clear. Even thinking negative also is not good for you. Saying that please choose, of course, I would recommend you choose a peptide. Peptide protein is much more smaller and easier for you to, for absorption, and it's easier for you to digestion, or you want to go for a, what do you say, dieting. One of the easiest is take the peptide protein, the smaller version, drink it and go for fasting, and automatically your body will lose fat very easy. But at the same time, let me tell you, if you are using only protein, it's not enough. You need to take good amount of supplementary vitamins, especially B complex is very, very important for every cell, especially your liver, kidney, all they need is vitamin B complex. Even your intestines need vitamin B complex for it to absorb all the nutrients from your thing. Now, quote of the week: live a healthy lifestyle, walk your journey with pride of being a healthy individual, not being an unhealthy individual by promoting and saying everybody that I have diabetes, I have blood pressure, I have a heart issue, I went to IGN and they put me 4 stents, 5 stents. Sorry, this is not something to feel proud. You're only assisting your body with a problem. Of course, stenting is good. You have gone and done it. But the way today things are going, you need to be double careful. You need to be triple careful. Now, when the 20th century, what people used to say is when money is lost, nothing is lost. When health is lost, they used to say something is lost. But character is lost, they will say everything is lost. This was the 20th century. But in the 21st century, things have changed. When money is lost, nothing is lost, because you still can earn money. When character is lost, something is lost, I would say. But when health is lost, you lose everything, because you cannot get back your health once you lose it. So health is wealth in the 21st century. So please start from today. Such of those who are not doing it, please look into your health, which is a very, very important aspect, and start living a very beautiful life. God given, everybody, we all need to live a healthy lifestyle. But in the path while walking, if you're getting a disease, it's okay. We will face it. It's not a problem. But your body always speaks to you. What you need to do, listen to your body. When you can listen to your body, the only time you can listen to your body is when your mind is calm. How your mind is going to be calm? You can switch on a light music, listen to it, and then go on breathing in and out for a few seconds to minutes, maybe around 15 minutes. Just relax yourself. Then only your body will tell you what are the problems it has. The body will start telling you, look, this is what I need to do. This is what, maybe you get an intuition. You can get all this, what your body is trying to tell you. So please take care of yourself. And until I come back with another topic next week, take care of yourself. God bless you and have a fantastic week ahead. Over to you, Madam Lee.
Wow. Thank you so much, Doctor.